Okay, there we are, YouTube. We're going live. Rotate devices. There we go. Rotate device lock. Oh, good Lord, what's going on here with this dumb thing? I don't know how to do this dumb thing. What do I gotta do this one? Don't I do it? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and hold it here for a minute. I'm just here at the Love's Travel Stop, and I'm going to try to figure out how I can put this phone down. I really don't need this cord plugged in. And just do this recording here real quick, because I wanted to respond to a couple videos that I've been listening to on the road when I can get service here. It's very rough coming through out of Tennessee into Virginia. And let me turn this fan down here a little bit. Pulling in here, get my second stop for fuel. But just to respond here real quick with regards to some of this stuff. I want to start here with his video, Brian's video on High and Back Clicks about the spitting on Alex Jones of that turd. I don't even want to say his name. All these people are just no names to me right now, okay? They're just no names. And that's what this is about. What we're actually seeing here in that event and what he's talking about, because Alex Jones is obviously right there right now and in the smack dab middle of what the heck's going on up there this week. Let me see if I can't put this phone in a better place here so I can see it a little better here. With regards to all this media hype and everything and the censoring that's going on, and of course what's happened with Brian, and he's highlighting it greatly, and how they're just trying to shut down conservative voice or whatever, and how Trump's turned everything around and just said he doesn't want to censor CNN or anybody. He's just turned this whole pot into exposing how stinky this whole thing is, which goes back to the other video that I just listened to with American intelligence media, where Thomas Paine was talking about how rotten DC is. Okay, so those are the two videos that I want to highlight right now with regards to what I want to comment on here briefly. I want to keep this to 15 minutes or less. This is what's happening. We have a stench going on that the witches and the warlocks and everything that's been wicked it's all here now. And that's the fertilizing place for it. And, right there in D.C. And it's all over our country. It's not just in D.C. So this is a huge swamp. And without proliferating here too much or digressing too much, I just want to pontificate to say that it's spiritual. This is a spiritual thing. And everybody is waking up to that. So now all these other people walking away and taking off and don't know where they're going, where are they headed? And that's it. So I had a conversation with Stone on the way up a little bit before I got on the road too much, and was telling him that that's how this thing is merging into something now. That, okay, so now the media is going to determine who's right and who's wrong, and who's saying what's right and who's wrong, and that's going to be determined by all these corporate platforms that we built, okay, by these corporate mega moguls now, who they have the money with this stuff and how it's been funneled in, and all this big bucks being transferred all over the country, thanks to the previous administration, 44, and whatnot, and others, and 43, 40, 42, 41, and just keep on going and down until you can figure it out where it goes, and I'll let you go with that. But to get to this point, folks, this has been spiritual. Well, if you don't flush your toilet in the house, and you use your toilet in the house for an afternoon, depending on how many people live there, I understand there's guys up there that say, oh, man, I can only flush my toilet once a day or so. That's different. But I'm saying, if you don't flush it for 2 or 3 days, then can you live with it to a certain point? You see what I'm saying? So this is what's happened. We've gotten ourselves into the point now where we've got a spiritual stench that if you can't smell this, don't even go there. So stay where you are, because this is like a musket. It's like the powder and balls in there and the caps in there and everything. All this combination's got to get triggered here, so that's what this event's about. And more here, this is what this is all about. This is a temperature gauge on just exactly where this 50-50 edge is on the sword now, and how sharp we're getting the sword now. Are we getting this, folks? Are we getting this? Big D's looking at you in the eye. 4 minutes into this, 35 seconds. I've got to get you to understand. I don't need eyes to see this. I don't need ears to hear this or a mouth to speak this. This is spiritual. This is our listening, folks. Milky Way, Brian, Sue G, all the rest of you, you know where we're at. We walk into this victory. It's ours. The star seeds the original star seeds, they were never taken out of the petri dish. They're still there. Everything's just carbon copied off of that. We all know where we're at. We know what cycle we're in. DC knows what it is too that we're in, and they're just, nobody wants to let out the truth on how all this stuff should be free to the people. And the few at the top that want to try to continue to control this, folks, is why this event is where we're at. And so obviously that's the level of heat that we're in. I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust this phone just a little bit yet. Obviously this level of heat that we're in is heat for a reason, folks. We're supposed to be here, and so we're supposed to be awake. So all those who are walking away, where are you walking to? Okay, walk to where? CNN, Fox News, the Democrats, the Republicans, where are you walking to? You got nowhere to walk. Now you're a millennial of generations that your parents, unfortunately, didn't necessarily do the greatest job. They're not bad people, but they just didn't know. A lot of them, most of them didn't. Good majority, probably 90% of them, 80, 90%, 75 to 80, 90% of them didn't know. But the damn 10% that did and procured this, or we can shut them down. This is no big deal. So that's how we got to mold this into understanding how big the spiritual battle is. It doesn't, 10%, the Lord says, hey man, if 10% of it gets to be the point where the Creator's going to lose 10% of something, that's going to get his attention. And 10% of this earth is probably not even 10% of his total wealth, who knows? But I'm just saying, he's not going to let 10% of this earth go to waste. And we're at that level now where we're at 50-50 on the streets, and 10% of the people controlling this, sharpening this knife and steel. So that's why the sword is important. It's not to take this and make this an enemy. It's to get the attention off of people and names. Cover your eyes. Everybody that's walking away, walk away with me. Walk away with Big D. Walk away and see this with me, folks. Come on, just follow the sword. It doesn't have to hurt anybody. All these people that get put to the dance floor when this thing gets to happen in 2020, which is where it's coming, and before this 2021 event comes and takes effect, 2020 has to end first. Okay? And there's all kinds of things that are set in motion for everybody that knows what I'm talking about. Keep up. But once we get to that point and all the skirts get lifted, the ones that are not on any of the emperors or his courts now, or his jesters, or his holy men, sorry, Pope, you're done. You're just as guilty as the rest of us. And now you're the vicar of Christ. And so you see what I'm saying? So now put Big D up against somebody like the Pope, and he's going to be the first on the dance floor. Guys, there's not a man on the dance floor that could stand with me. You just got to trust me. Even in my physical form that I have right now, not one of them, not one of these leaders out there that are running these mullahs in Iran or wherever and fucking things up. Excuse me again, YouTube. You know how I get a little bit about that. Come on. Be a little lenient with me. I'm trying here. But come on, folks. These are people who are set in motion to be the South Pole. Because the North is always going to be the head and the South is always going to be the tail. Come on. You got to see this as it is, folks. It's a whole picture. None of us are the enemy. But we've got chased in the mix because we mixed. And that's what we have to undo. And it's not a separation where you kill people and take people's heads off. No, you just get your eyes on who messed this up. Let's just go ahead and get from the head down and work it out. So as Trump's working from the head, Big D's working from the bottom because I'm the tail. I'm the end. I'm the last man, guys. That's what I've been told. I'm the last man to bring peace and hope and reason and common sense to the earth. And it's taken me 61 years to agree to do it. And so that's why I'm going to D.C., folks. I'm going there for you. I'm going there for everyone. Those Lakota people. I'm headed to Lakota Nations next week. After I get back and the week after that, I'm on my way up there. That's where I'm headed, up to Indian country. That's my next trip up. This DC trip is my official launch for the tour of 2019. The Gathering the Warriors tour. Folks, we're all warriors. We just need to understand how it got mixed and then just kind of separate it, get it back, okay? Nobody needs to die. Nobody needs to lose their heads. Okay? Because somebody's grandmother's grandfather's from the wrong tribe. Like Ned Beatty says on Shooter. Whatever. Look, we need to stop the madness. Let's just get the attention off of ourselves and say, come on, this light can do this. Dan's got something here. He's got a hope message. Let's take this and let's light a candle. And let's just end it. Let's put all the bad guys on the hot seat. All right? Trump's trying to do this. Other people in the nations now are trying to do this. And we can do this. We can do this. Yes, we can. And with no chump change, and nobody trying to deliver it. Look, folks, here's another thing. I'm going to sidetrack on this. I rent this car right now. Since I've been renting this car, this car has smart cruise control. I haven't read anything. I just jumped in this thing and took off today. I'm learning this thing on the road. This thing has smart cruise control. It took me like half an hour, 45 minutes, almost an hour to figure out the damn cruise control. And I kept setting it, just kept speeding up, slowing up. I'm like, what the hell? Finally, I put my glasses on, looked at this thing, I set it, and said, okay, there's speed. This thing is smart driving. It's keeping safe distance behind vehicles. This thing could drive. If every car on the road could drive, I could just imagine how much nicer it could be. People could go and stop, and and we can merge. So there is a guy pulling the trigger on all this, and trust me, this has happened. So that's why all this is happening. All this merging of technology. This car could be taken over. It could run me off the road and kill me any time. The people that are running the triggers right now can pull the switch. That's how far we are in technology, folks. Now, folks, if you think Big D is looking at you in the eye right now and lying to you about something, you don't want to see me, you don't want to know me, just stay away from me, okay? Because I'm not going in D.C. without ultimate protection, folks. Trust me, there'll be plenty of bodyguards around me when I get on public scene there. But I want you to understand this is public, this is messy, this is in your face, you're going to deal with it. You kept shitting on me all my life. I've been paying your goddamn taxes, your goddamnable taxes, because they've been lied about taxes that have been deceiving the generations for years and years and years. And the bloodbath has got to end. And just like the sheriffs that stood there yesterday or whatever it was the day before, and I think it was yesterday, 44 of them out of the 50 or 52 of them are supposed to be there, whatever. Yeah, right. 44 of them show up and they say, this is it, Mr. President, you're done. And you know that now. So now we got the sheriffs locking him down, and he's made a deal. They give him the award. They're on his side. And he's got the military. That's what started this whole QAnon movement and IT, because now they've got the power of the switch. Now, the other guys still have their hands on the switch, but they're losing their power controls ultimately every day. That's where we are. So the battle's being won, but we still got it. This is the event. This year is the event, and that's the reason why Big D's got to be there. I got to get the attention on what we need to be about, folks. And we need to make sure that Richie from Boston, this is Big D from Tennessee. Okay, you got it? Look, I'm going up to Jesuit country, brother. Richie, I'm going up to Jesuit country. I'm going to put this video out as soon as it gets going. I'm taking a break here till this thing gets loaded up, and that's where you want to make it a 15-minute video. I'm going to go get my gas and shit and do my things, and I'm coming back out, and I'm going to send it out, put it up there, make a few, text it out to a few people so they get it on the wire for me. But Richie, I love what you're doing, man, and I hear you. I hear all of you. Brian, you down there in Oklahoma, High Impact Flicks. Stone's got my back. A lot of other people got my back. Dave's got my back. And a lot of other people that I won't mention has my back. But look, there's no reason to kill a hope for peace. What, you think we didn't get here by steel and might? Steel and might can be beaten into plowshares and pruning hooks. And we can do it by ending the bullshit and ending government for what it's turned into. And get this country back on straight so that the world wants to be here for the right reasons. Instead of coming here to try to rip it up and tear it all up for everybody else at my expense while I got to pay for this shit. Look, I'm done. I'm like Doug DeCote and the rest of them. I'm done. You ain't taking any more from me. Matter of fact, we're going to start some shit in legislation here now. It's going to say, DC, that's it. You get so much local tax from municipalities and real estate and everything else. That's it. You're not going to keep this bullshit, keep raising the fuck. You're shutting government down. We're tired of this shit. Paying for fucking government institutions to take and steal from me. That's like, okay, I'm just going to open the door for the vampires to come in and slit my throat. I don't think so. Not Big D. And if there's anybody out there that doesn't want to join with me, then you're a vampire. It's like the big saying goes, where we go, one we go off. If you're going to be a vampire and suck my blood, I'll give you blood to suck. I don't care who you are. And I'm coming to DC to prove it to you. So be nice and just be careful, because remember, folks, when I'm coming, I guarantee you I'm bringing the heat. Hell, we might even have a tropical storm tornado there while I'm there. Who knows? Hurricane. You never know. But listen, Big D loves you. I'm trying to keep this short. I got to get off here. Big D loves you. Big D from Tennessee. It's BDFT. And we love you. I'll see you soon. Later. Oh, I got to shut this thing off.